You've seen it everywhere, right? On social media and health cafes, that vibrant green juice. It's basically become the symbol of healthy living. We're told it's the perfect morning ritual for detoxing, for energy, and yeah, for weight loss. But is all that hype for real, or is it just great marketing? Okay, let's really get into it and figure out what's fact and what's fiction. And you can see why it's so appealing. I mean, you read a quote like this from a nutritionist, and it sounds amazing. The idea is that you're kickstarting your day, flooding your system with nutrients, balancing your body. It feels like the perfect, simple health shortcut we've all been searching for. And the list of promises, it just goes on and on. We're told it'll reduce inflammation, fix your digestion, boost your immune system, detox your whole body, and even make your skin glow. I mean, with a resume like that, it's no surprise so many people have made it a daily habit.
But let's pause and focus on the biggest claim of them all, the one that really drives this whole industry. Is a glass of green juice every morning actually the secret weapon to help you lose weight? That's the real question we're going to tackle.
So to get a real answer, we have to look past the Instagram posts and the marketing slogans. We need to see what the actual hard data says. So let's put these claims under the scientific microscope and see if they actually hold up. Now, before we get to the juicy results, you gotta understand how scientists find the real truth. They use this incredibly powerful tool called a systematic review. This isn't just one study, oh no. It's like a super study where they round up all the best, highest quality research on a topic to see what the overall scientific consensus is. It's the best way to get a reliable answer. So what happened when researchers did one of these massive reviews on 100% juice, including vegetable juice? Well, the conclusion was crystal clear. They found no link, none, between drinking juice and changes in things like body fat or waist size in adults. And this chart really paints a picture for us. Each of those little lines represents a different study. But the thing you really need to look at is that diamond at the bottom. That's the combined result of all of them. And where does it land? Smack dab on the line of no effect. The takeaway is undeniable. When you average out all the best science we have, the impact of juice on your BMI is basically zero. Okay, so that's the big picture view. But what happens when you put green juice to the ultimate test? Well, for that, we look to what's called the gold standard of research, the randomized controlled trial, or RCT. This is where you directly compare the real deal against a fake, or a placebo, to see if it actually works. So check this out. Researchers did exactly that. For 60 days, they had one group drink 300 milliliters of fresh green juice every single weekday morning. The other group got a placebo drink, something that looked pretty similar but didn't have all the veggie goodness. And after those 2 months, they measured everything: weight, BMI, metabolism, even how people felt. So what was the big difference between the green juice group and the placebo group? Zero. Zilch, nada. There was no significant change in any of the health markers they were looking for. And this just lays it all out so clearly. The promise is that green juice is going to kickstart your weight loss and rev up your metabolism. But the scientific reality? It performs no better than a fake drink. So you're probably asking, why? I mean, it's made from vegetables, right? How can it not help with weight loss? Well, the answer isn't about what's in the juice. It's about what's been taken out. This right here, this is the single most important piece of the puzzle. The problem isn't the spinach or the kale themselves. The problem is the process of juicing. It all comes down to what gets left behind on the counter. Let's break this down because it's super important. Juicing literally just extracts the liquid and throws away all the solid stuff, the pulp, the skin, all of it. Blending, like when you make a smoothie, uses the whole thing. And that means with juicing, you are removing almost all of the incredibly important dietary fiber. And why is that fiber such a huge deal? Oh, it's basically the unsung hero of weight management. Fiber is what actually makes you feel full and satisfied, which means you end up eating less. It also slows down how your body absorbs sugar, so you don't get those crazy blood sugar spikes and crashes. It's crucial for a healthy gut. By taking it out, you're taking out the one thing that helps most with weight loss. And look, this isn't just our take on it. Experts are super clear about this. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center puts it about as plainly as you can. For weight loss and digestion, smoothies which keep the fiber always come out on top. Okay, so we've looked at the science and we know the why behind it. So what's the final verdict here? And more importantly, how can you actually use this information? Let's get into some smarter sipping strategies. At the end of the day, the highest quality evidence is clear. Green juice just isn't the magic weight loss potion it's marketed to be. Sure, it has vitamins, but it's missing that critical fiber you need to feel full and keep your blood sugar stable, two things that are key for managing your weight. But hey, if you still love the idea of a green drink, there's a much better way to do it. First, stick to an 80-20 rule. 80% veggies, maybe 20% fruit, just to keep the sugar down. Use low-sugar fruits like a little green apple or some berries. And the most important rule of all, blend it, don't juice it. Use a blender so you keep all that amazing fiber right there in your glass.
And we have to give a really important word of caution here. For some people, green juice can actually be harmful. Because it's so concentrated, it can be really high in something called oxalates, which can be a real problem for people with kidney issues. And for anyone with diabetes, drinking a glass of sugar water without any fiber to slow it down can cause a really dangerous spike in blood sugar.
So it all leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? In this constant search for a health shortcut, for that quick and easy fix in a bottle, maybe we've just made things way too complicated. Maybe we've overlooked the simplest, most effective solution that's been right in front of us the whole time. Just eat the actual vegetable.